So we've talked before about lip flexibility and using just our mouthpieces, but now we'll start applying that to the instrument. You'll notice that as we go through, there's bigger jumps. So what we're going to do to start off with is to walk our way down. In particular today, we're going to focus on G and low C. Same exercises can be done to get up to high C, but we're going to just focus on G and low C today. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to first understand what lip flexibility is. We've done that. Make sure you've watched the previous video. And then we're going to work our way down slowly so that our ear can help us through that. And then we're going to take the leap and jump down. Now, why? Or can we not just do it straight away? Well, because if you hear it, it's a big jump. And sometimes when we don't know where C is yet, we don't know where we're going to land, so we don't know where to aim. We're going to work down a major scale. We're going to go G, F, E, D, C. It'll be written out in the documentation to go with this video. But yeah, we're going to work our way down nice and slowly, which will help us kind of understand where we're going. The major scale fits really well in our ears, so our ears will be helping us. Big part of lip flexibility is when you're doing an octave jump, you have to know where you're going. Now, I didn't know where I was going there until I heard it. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm happy now. But say if I wanted a bigger jump or a different octave jump, you need to know where you're going, what it's roughly going to sound like, and how to play the note you're going towards. How do we do that? Practice, getting comfortable with the notes, actually spending time playing just that one note we're looking for. It all works. So, yeah, we're going to work our way down the scale first. We're going to play the minims. Again, it'll be written out in the documentation, but minims, nice and slowly. I'm going to click, just as our metronome, because I don't trust that one. I set it off in the last video by accident. So we're going to click our way down nice and slowly, okay? Again, yeah, using all the techniques we did before, really stick your jaw out, go, oh, when we get down to that C, rather than, you could see my face changed once I got to that low C. You need to give it a bit of a kick to get really sciencey. Newton's second law. An object in motion will stay in motion unless you act on it with an outside force. That's a nerdy way of saying we need to support that note changing. Our instrument is set into the G setting. We need to kick it into the C, lower C setting. Air, supporting it, and oh, moving our lips right down like that. Okay? Let's just go for it, see what happens. 1, 2. That might have been tricky. You might have got a note. Great. If you didn't, let's do another thing to force ourselves into giving it that second law's kick. Let's crescendo as we go. And really, you'll see when I go, my cheeks will really come down, really bend down to that note. When you get it, you'll know what I mean. It'll be like your lips just go, it feels different on your lips. So really crescendo through it, really leave those out like that. Okay? Same thing, crescendo. 1, 2. The piano was even singing along. If you got that, great. Now we can work on needing to crescendo less. Yeah, that's the fundamentals of lip flexibility. Now, if we would be really bold, once you get the feel for that, try and cut out a few of the notes in between. So this time, we're going to go G, E, C, Again, cutting out some of the middleman notes. Getting used to how those notes feel on our lips so that when you want to go for C, you know how C feels. You can set your lips up for that. Let's go for it. We'll go for semi-breves this time. 1, 2. So again, you notice my face shift downwards. The same thing applies to going up to high C. Work your way up in a scale and you'll get there. I started on the wrong note, but same principle applies. You're working your way up E as you go rather than O. To finish, let's give it a go. Let's go G, C. That wasn't the right note. So let's go semi-breve on G, semi-breve on C. Now, to E flat instruments, you can play along with this, but the notes won't be exactly the same. The techniques are the same. So do with that what you will. You won't sound exactly the same, but you should sound equally not the same, if that makes sense. So the technique applies no matter what instrument we're playing. Some of the smaller instruments have a little bit less of a gap because the notes are closer together as we get high. A tuba, there might be loads of room in between those notes because the notes actually get further apart the further down we go. We'll feel this for ourselves when we get better. So let's go for the big one. Semi-breve, semi-breve. Okay? Really stick out the jaw. This is a big gap, but we'll get it. 1, 2. Just like that. Big thing, last thing. We've been tonguing all of this as we go. When we look at some lip flexibility exercises, let me just pull some up. You'll notice that, this is from the beginner brass, you'll notice that all of those are slurred. That's because that's where the flexibility part comes in. We will do some of these as we go, but we need to set ourselves up right. It's much harder to have to drag ourselves out of that setting rather than just G, break, C. It's a little bit easier. So we'll come to that when we come to that. Okay, see you in the next one.